Right now, everyone on YouTube is looking for a magic AI button that prints money while you sleep. But most people like me and you, we don't really need a shortcut, even though it might be nice, but we're looking for something that actually works. So while the lazy crowd is out there fighting over these oversaturated opportunities, I'm going to show you 5 boring business models that aren't just trending, but they actually last. By the way, my name is Chris and I quit my 9-to-5 in 2017 using business models just like the ones that are mentioned in this video, including one in particular that pays over $150 an hour just to do paperwork. We're gonna go through each one of these business models, what it pays, what you need to get started, and what everyone else is missing about each one of these opportunities. So stick around because number 2 on this list is something that most people have genuinely never heard of. All right, so number 1 on this list is a service that local businesses absolutely need, and that's remote lead generation. So let me tell you what that actually means because it's a lot simpler than it actually sounds. So a plumber or a roofer in your city, they're out there, they're fixing pipes, they're on top of roofs all day. You know, they're great at their job, but they're probably terrible at the internet. So their Google listings are going to be outdated. They don't run ads of any kind. And anytime they want more customers, they just have to hope that their phone rings more, right? But that's where you and I can come in. What you do is run Facebook or Google ads, and you do that for the company. And when someone in the city searches for a plumber or a roofer nearby, their name pops up first because of your efforts. So they're the ones that are actually getting the phone calls and then making the sales at the end of the day. Now, the best part about this is you can charge what's called a monthly retainer, meaning you're going to get recurring income every single month, typically anywhere from $500 to $2,000 or so dollars, depending on the business itself and the local market. All right, so how are we going to do this? Well, there's really 2 main ways to run this business model. The first one is what's called an agency model, where you charge a flat monthly fee to manage someone's ads and you handle pretty much everything else. Now, the second one is called a rank and rent or rank a site type model. It's where you build a simple website, you rank it on Google for searches like best roofers in Phoenix or whatever city you happen to be in, and then you rent that website to a local business for a monthly fee. Now, this business model, it isn't fully passive. You're gonna have to put some work into it, but it's not necessarily an entire second job either, because once the ads are set up, once they're there and the leads are coming through, you don't really have to do much other than just monitor it maybe 10 or 15 minutes per day. Now, before I tell you number 2, I need to ask you a particular question, all right? Do you own a truck or a cargo van or even a trailer, or do you have access to one? Because if you do, this next business model requires 0 tech skills at all. And that's with our video sponsor, ShareTown. So because with everybody thinking about AI this and AI that, they're missing the entire point of how valuable ShareTown happens to be. So let me show you how ShareTown works specifically. Major mattress brands like Purple or Casper, they sell mattresses with 90 or 100 night sleep trials with it. So you buy it, you sleep on it, and if you don't love it, you can just send it back and they'll take it back too with no questions asked. And people do send a lot of these mattresses back, like quite a lot of them. Now, here's the problem that those brands have to deal with. A returned mattress is big, it's heavy, it's awkward, right? It's just really weird to carry around. And you can't necessarily just put it back in its original box. You can't just shove it on the shelf like you would if you returned a t-shirt. And in most instances, the logistics to handling those types of returns can cost the company more money than if they were to get it back and try to resell it. And that is where ShareTown comes in, because they've partnered with these brands and other companies that deal with these big, bulky furniture, mattresses, and even, big, bulky gym equipment. And then ShareTown handles the logistics of the return of those products. So when a customer in your area sends back an item that they're trialing, ShareTown sends a contractor over to them to go pick it up, and that contractor, it could be you. You then take the item home, put it in your garage, snap some photos of it, list it on Facebook Marketplace, and when it sells, you get the money. You pay back ShareTown a small portion of the sale, and you keep the rest. Now, people who are doing this part-time for just a few hours are reporting bringing in $1,000 a month, and the ones who are taking on more pickups, moving into large retail return categories beyond just mattresses, are reporting starting making over $50 per hour. Now, again, none of that is guaranteed because you still have to go out there and do the work, but the best part is that there is no employees to manage, there's no storefront to pay for, there's no inventory that you have to front money for, is nothing like that. So to get started, follow the link down in the description or the first pinned comment and apply to be a ShareTown representative in your area. You'll know you're on the right page because you'll see my nice handsome mug right there. After you apply, they'll tell you whether they have coverage where you live, and if they do, they'll connect you with the returns that are nearby. You don't have to find them yourself, and the platform does all of the matchmaking for you. So what you actually need is any kind of truck or a van or SUV. A lot of reps just use like minivans or Suburbans or a trailer, but you'll also need a phone and a Facebook account, and that's basically it. Most of the people who are making money on ShareTown aren't in it necessarily for the glamour. They're doing it because the numbers make sense, and there's barely anyone competing with them in their markets. So follow the link in the description or the first pinned comment, fill out the form and apply and get started. And thanks again for ShareTown for sponsoring this video. Now, number 3 on this list is completely different than anything that we've talked about so far because there's no truck needed. There's no physical effort that's required. So here's the business model idea. So small business owners, plumbers, cleaning services, real estate agents, food truck operators, whatever it happens to be, they all need some type of software to run their business. We're talking about invoicing apps, booking apps, email systems, customer management software, the list just goes on. So here's what you would do. Pick one type of small business and put together a digital toolbox or a focus list of 5 to 7 tools that makes running that business smooth. Create a YouTube video or a blog post or even an email list where you would go through each one of these tools and explain why it's worth using. Now, in each piece of content that you create, you're going to link those tools using affiliate links. And every time someone signs up through your link, you're going to earn a commission. And in most instances, it's a recurring commission, meaning that you get paid every single month that they remain a member. And we're not talking about, small commissions that you're going to get from Amazon or something. For example, QuickBooks pays $50 to $100 per new customer. FreshBooks pays like $55 per new customer. HubSpot pays $250 to $1,000 depending on what service they end up signing up for. So the reason that this business model compounds is that the content that you create, it keeps working after you create it. So a YouTube video that you publish today about the best apps for a house cleaning service or business, it's going to earn you a commission now, it's going to earn you a commission next year, it's going to earn you a commission 3 years from now with no extra effort on your part after you create the video. Now, a good way to choose your topic or your niche that you're going to be creating content on is to start with something that you already know. So if you spent years in the HVAC industry or in insurance or whatever, you already know the digital tools that are needed to run the business. That real world knowledge will be any amount of research because it's specific, it's credible, and it will become your unfair advantage. All right, so 3 down, 2 more left, and the certification for number 4, it sounds like something that you would need a law degree for, but you actually don't. And when people first hear loan signing agent or mobile notary, they immediately think complicated, right? And that it requires a lot of studying. But that couldn't be farther from the truth. Now, there is studying that is involved, but the barrier is a lot lower than what you might think. So here's what the business model actually is. A notary is someone who is legally authorized to witness the signing of documents. So when someone buys a house, when they refinance a mortgage, when they sign a will or whatever, a notary has to be there to witness it. Now, a loan signing agent, they're a notary that specializes typically in mortgage closings. So they show up at the appointment, they walk the buyer through the large stack of documents that they have to sign in order to finalize the loan, and they have to watch them sign each one of those documents. One appointment takes 45 minutes or so to maybe an hour, and the pay usually runs anywhere from $75 to upwards of $200 or more. Now, I want you to compare that to a full day on DoorDash, where one signing appointment as a notary will pay you more than, what a delivery driver would get in 8 hours, Plus, you don't have to worry about tearing up your car. To get started, you just need 4 particular things, all right? First, you need a notary commission from your state, which involves a short exam and costs roughly about $100 depending on where you happen to live. The second is a loan signing agent certification from a training organization like the National Notary Association or a loan signing system. That'll typically run you about $150 to $200. Third, you need a laser printer, not an inkjet. It needs to be clear because those notary documents have to be nice and easy to read, but you can get a basic one of those off of Amazon for like $100. And then the fourth thing you need is errors and omissions insurance. This is going to protect you in case you make a mistake during signing, because we're all human, right? But this is very cheap. It runs around $8 per month, paid annually. So all in, to get started, you're looking at about $350 in most states. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, again, depending on where you live. Now, work comes through platforms like SnapDocs, Notary Rotary, and Signing Order. You build a profile, and title companies and escrow officers in your area are going to contact you through the platform when they need someone to help out. Now, number 5 on this list has the lowest barrier of entry of anything that we've talked about so far, and the only asset that you really need is something you probably already own. So the next one on this list is Neighbor. I want you to think about this like an Airbnb, but instead of renting out a home, you're renting out your garage, right? Or your driveway, or just some unused space that happens to be on your property. So here is how it works and why people need it. So people need storage for big things like boats, RVs, trailers, furniture during a move, long list of stuff, right? And Neighbor fills that gap by connecting people who need space from homeowners who actually have it. You list your space, you set the monthly rate, and you choose who you want to rent to. Neighbor handles all of the payments. So they come in automatically every single month, and you don't have to worry about chasing anyone down, which would be like the worst case scenario, but you do all of it through Neighbor. They also provide like $1 million in host liability coverage. So if something were to happen to the renter's belongings, you're not left holding that problem. And the earnings depend on what it is that you have. So for example, an enclosed garage in a suburban area typically goes from anywhere from $100 to $500 a month. A driveway with clearance for an RV can hold anywhere from $150 to $350 per month. If you have something climate controlled, like a space for furniture, that typically runs anywhere from $200 to $600 per month. Setting up your listing on Neighbor takes about 30 minutes. You upload a photo, a short description, your monthly price, and where you live. And once the renter moves in, you do almost nothing but just leave it there and leave it alone. The caveat here is obvious, right? Because it only works if you have the space, right? So if you have an apartment with no garage, this probably isn't going to be for you. If you live in a rural area, if you live out in the backwoods or something, where the demand is low, then the income might be a lot lower. But if you have like a 2-car garage and you're only using one part of it, that's just dead space. That's just sitting there. That's completely being unused. In situations like that, someone could be paying you $100 to $300 per month just to use that spot. Each one of these business models, they're there for the taking, and you can make a lot of money with it if you choose one and just run with it. So don't be lazy, and let me know which one down in the comments that you're considering starting with. And if you want to know how to use the digital toolbox, the business model we talked about earlier, be sure to go check out the video right here where I literally lay down step by step exactly what you need to do to make some money from this. Chris, out.